planning on stealing something?
No, ma'am, we're not.
Plan on murdering me in my sleep?
What? No.
Where do you get off?
Just a couple of people who totally got off, bro.
Hey, show us your basement.
What? No.
Welcome to Show Us Your Basement. We have the OG crew this time.
What'd you go like that for?
The OG cast. We kicked Eric out of the podcast when he told us that Guardians of the
I
Galaxy
got sick
2,
and tired of them saying "Go birds."
Yeah, we
birds are.
kicked him up. We can finally say our true feelings about him. He's a terrible host. The fact that he doesn't like Winter Soldier is just...
It's crazy.
We had to kick him out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but his takes were just getting too bad. So you won't be hearing him on the podcast forever. So now it's just going to be me, Edgar, and Josh. Thank you guys for joining us, for listening in. Go ahead and just click on that like button. Share it with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't before you listen to this whole episode, because it's going to be a good one. Because I don't know what the topic is. Edgar doesn't know. Now I know how it feels like to not know what we're going to be talking about on this podcast. This is going to be interesting. Before we get into it, I just want to quickly ask you, Josh, have you seen Scream?
I have not yet. I have not had the time, unfortunately. I still plan on it. I have read the reviews.
Okay.
I have also seen the box office numbers.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I'm open-minded.
Oh, fuck off.
I'm open-minded.
I mean, look.
I'm pretty confident that it's going to be better than Ends and Kills.
Come on, man. All right, look, you're entitled to your own opinion. That's totally fine. A lot of people online have been saying
It's
otherwise.
the worst. It's like, go ahead.
This is the first bad Scream movie. I mean,
have you guys seen Scream 3?
I've heard how bad it was. I don't think I need to see it, but I've heard how terrible that movie is.
Yeah. I've heard mixed reviews, and I know we're not a fan of Rotten Tomatoes. Obviously, Rotten Tomatoes gave it bad reviews, but the critic reviews are not that bad. Or the
audience,
the viewer, the audience is not that bad.
That's why I've been seeing the most divide is from like the fans. The fans have been saying it's just awful, like it's terrible, and these are some people who have watched all of them.
Audience score.
But you said we don't take too much stock into Rotten Tomatoes, right? So
no, you guys are always like, Eric. What does Eric always say?
This shit's got to
what's
stop.
The audience say? What's the audience say?
That's true. He does say that.
I'm telling you right now, 76%.
We'll see how it turns out.
They're just a whole bunch of dummies like you, Josh.
Ooh, shots fired.
Hey, some dummies out there like that Halloween trilogy. But hey, I'm just saying, to each is their own.
Look, man, I told Edgar this. The Saw movies get a bad rep because in the movies, people criticize how the twist endings are always so flat. They always are just like, oh, this is terrible. I seen it a mile away. But when Scream does it, it always gets a fucking pass.
Right.
Because does it not have the same ending structure where it's like everything is always leading up to the twist? Who is the killer? Who's behind it all? And it's always ending up like same motivation.
It was the pizza delivery guy.
Does that not bother you, Josh? I just want to.
No, you know what bothers me? When they produce a movie every year, and every year the movie gets worse. The quality of the movie gets worse, and they just keep popping out like rabbits. Doesn't that bother you, Alberto?
No, that doesn't.
That bother
because
you?
we're being fed every year, Josh. Okay, we're not starving.
Okay.
All right, we'll move on. I think this is getting a little too heated. We'll have a review for Scream 7, I'm sure, at some point. Maybe Eric will also be able to put his 2 cents in it. Oh, wait, no, he's gone. So let's just go. Josh, what do you have prepared for us on this episode of Show Us Your Basement?
Well, I was really interested in your statement a while back on John Wick is the greatest action movie of all time, and I think we came into an agreement that John Wick is the greatest American movie of all time, action American movie of all time.
I think we can agree with
Is
that.
what we- yeah. I'm gonna ride the coattails, and I want to talk about action movies in general.
Oh, okay, this should be fun. Okay.
And I'm gonna say that the '90s were the greatest action decade of all time, and any other decade after that is Basement.
After is Basement.
Before and after.
I'm sure you have this pulled up, right?
Down,
The
I'm gonna
list
say
of-
hands down,
Okay.
that decade is the greatest era for action movies.
What do we got? What do you have this pulled up? What are the action movies of the 90s?
I do, and I'll go through this list in not any specific order. I have a few other comments to add to it as well.
Okay.
But low hanging fruit, I'll talk about The Matrix. Came out in the '90s. Die Hard with a Vengeance came out in the '90s. Point Break, The Crow.
Oh, you're adding
Rumble
you're
and
adding the Crow in
Drops.
there. Okay.
I had The Crow on there
All right. Okay.
because it has a very strong fan base. Okay. Demolition Man, Lethal Weapon 3, Total Recall, Terminator 2.
Damn. I mean,
And
Terminator
so forth.
2. Terminator 2 carries the 90s, I think.
It's one of them. Absolutely.
It's
And
one of the pillars.
I don't even think that it's just the movies that came out, but the action stars that were actually working in this time frame were top tier, and I think they are untouchable because you had actors like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis,
Man.
Harrison Ford,
Keanu Reeves, right?
Keanu Reeves. He's a little late to the game, I would say, but
Right.
and yeah, he still did some sleeper movies, right? Speed is one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a sleeper hit.
Point Break. I don't think there are actors in this decade or after that stood out. Like these action stars.
Okay, Edgar's shaking his head. I'm gonna let him put his 2 cents in before. I find this very fascinating. I have to think about this for a second. Edgar, what do you think?
I'll say the 2000s is way better.
2000, like the 2000s up to like the 2010s.
Yeah, up to the 2010s.
So you're saying everything after the 2010s is Basement, or are you also including the 2010s?
What do you mean?
You said the 2000s,
Yeah,
all the way up to 2010s.
yeah.
So that means anything after the 2010s is not good.
Well, no, we're just doing that whole year.
Okay, let's just say you want to say modern action
Okay, let's do modern then.
is better than 90s.
Yeah.
What is your argument? Why do you say that?
Okay, we got Underworld.
Okay, that's not great.
What do you mean that's not great? We got Kill Bill.
Okay, that is a good one.
We got 300.
Oh, this is Zack Snyder one. Okay.
Sin City.
Oh,
X-Men.
sure. Zack Snyder.
History of Violence. District 9.
Is History of Violence really an action movie though?
I would
That
say
was-
it is. I
okay,
would say History of
okay.
Violence.
Man on Fire. Old Boy.
Old Boy remake or Old Boy original?
The original.
All right, that's good.
The Bourne Identity. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and the list goes on and on. Oh, we got Gladiator. The Italian Job. Sherlock Holmes.
Okay, but let me ask you a question because I feel like you're pushing me away from your argument. The only reason why is who are the stars of those movies? Who starred in The Italian Job?
Mark Wahlberg.
Right? Is he really a top tier action star?
In the 2000 he was.
Really, Max Payne?
Yeah.
Max Payne.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, you gotta. You didn't name any action stars in those. Maybe Matt
Denzel
Damon.
Washington.
All right, Denzel
Brad
Washington's
Pitt.
good. Brad Pitt.
What's his name? Kurt Russell. No, not Kurt Russell.
Russell
Sorry.
or-
Fuck. Who's the guy from Gladiator?
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. Yeah.
So besides Gladiator, what's another action movie that man did?
Who? Russell Crowe?
Yeah, Russell Crowe.
Oh man, I was gonna say 300, but that was Gerard Butler. I don't know if he did anything that top Gladiator. I don't think he did anything. He's doing anything now that tops Gladiator.
The Nice Guys was good.
That's not an action movie though.
I don't care.
That's a comedy more action. Well, now we're getting into comedy, so we can't argue that. I don't know, dude. I look. Hey, Josh, you say the action stars.
Avatar is another one, a big one. And that's also James Cameron. Bingo bango.
Yeah, but you don't care for it, do you?
Josh doesn't care about The Crow, and he added it.
Okay, he did.
I added The Crow in there because it has a very large fan base. If you want to throw Avatar in there, I think that's fair as well.
We got Iron Man. We got Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, baby.
Oh, okay.
We got The Transporter, The Dark Knight,
Jason Statham.
Collateral.
Pretty good. Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
But all these movies have action stars that like
Unleashed. We got Jet Li. We got Jason Statham.
Okay,
See?
hold on, hold on. I'm the guy that you need to convince here, okay? Because I can go either way. Because you've got.
Well, here's the thing. There was a huge rivalry between Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, there was.
Who had the bigger gun?
Are we
Who
talking
had
about
the most in a movie?
right?
You know,
When you say
like when
bigger
these guys
gun,
were
Josh, are you talking about their members down there? Or are we talking about actual guns?
I'm talking about actual guns, you big pervert.
Okay,
Get your
because you
mind out
never
of the
know.
gutter.
They could have also compared that
shotgun.
shit back in the
Come
90s.
on,
I don't know.
man.
All right, continue.
You know, this is the decade that put action movies on another level. And if it wasn't for this decade, I would say we wouldn't have movies like oh boy, Born Identity. And if you're going to talk about Mission Impossible and Tom Cruise, those movies started in the 90s.
But Mission Impossible really didn't get its due diligence until it
The second
reached the
one.
2000s, right?
Mm-hmm.
No one really considers the first one any better than fucking Top Gun.
You're telling me the first one is a classic?
Look, I'm gonna name drop my
The
friend
first
here.
Mission Impossible movie is great.
Look, I Maurice, who's a huge fan of these movies, has told me as a recommendation you can skip the first one, just go. You can even skip the second one, just go to the third one. And he knows his shit. Maurice is shout out to him. He knows his action movies. So
I kudos to him, but there's a reason why the last Mission Impossible movie went back to the roots of the first movie.
Yeah, all right.
Mission
That's
Impossible 1 is the most underrated movie in the Mission Impossible series. It is so good. Now, if you were to tell me that the second one was good, I'd roll my eyes, shake my head, call you an idiot, because it is garbage, unfortunately. But the first one, you have to give it its flowers.
Who directed the
Because
first one?
it's its first like espionage type, like thriller action. That was actually very close to the original series as well. After that, it was just boom, boom, bang, bang type of action.
Ooh, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Speaking of, it was a good. That's good. Okay, look, I'm not gonna. This is tough for me because there are some good movies in the modern action era that I think are they are refreshing, if not original. The Raid is one of them. Obviously, we've talked about that.
Absolutely.
But at the same time,
So
man,
you go in 2010s then?
no, I'm including all of it
Okay.
when I'm saying the modern era. Anything after the '90s. I might have to side with Josh on this one though. I think the '90s is probably the best.
Stop being an ass kisser.
Ass kiss? What do
half
you?
the movies that he mentioned, yeah, you ain't even seen.
Oh come on, Terminator 2.
Oh yeah.
I've seen Die Hard. I've seen the first Die Hard movie. Come
Have
on.
you seen Speed?
Okay,
No.
I haven't seen
So-
Speed. Have you seen Speed?
No.
All right. Why haven't you seen Speed?
Because I don't want to.
What is it about the '90s that you don't like?
It's a
Is that the-
bomb on the bus.
Not that I don't like the
It's a
90s. I'm
movie.
just saying the 20, oh my god, 2000 sounds better.
Okay,
Action.
but why? Okay, but why don't you agree with Josh? Why isn't the '90s better or the best action era?
To make the fucking podcast more interesting, jackass.
Yeah, but okay. Look, all right, calm down. But tell me why you don't like it. You can't just say
I
like,
didn't say I didn't
'cause-
like it. I prefer the 2000s.
All right,
How's that mean I'm liking it?
you're getting a little heated here. All right, just calm down.
Because you're over here. I seen all the 90s.
I didn't say that. Okay, I didn't say that.
Fucking in the one that you pull out of your fucking ass. The first one is the Terminator 2. Well, no shit. Everyone's seen
That's
that.
a
even on
defined-
fucking,
that's a
even
de-
on cable, everyone's seen that shit, Howard.
Uh-huh.
So fucking name something else from out of the 90s.
Let me throw some movies out there. Okay. Let me see if you guys have heard of them. Okay.
I just want to say,
The Rock.
Edgar. I want to say first. Hold on. The first movie you fucking said for the 2000s was Underworld. Okay, you have no fucking credibility to stand on when you bring up Underworld as your fucking first movie of the 2000s. Continue, Josh. What were you saying?
Have you guys seen The Rock? Michael Bay's The Rock.
No, I have not.
Oh God, you guys are so outdated. Armageddon.
No.
Oh Lord. True Lies.
Is that the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger? Yes.
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 The Negotiator.
Starring.
Samuel Jackson. Kevin Spacey.
I don't think I've seen The Negotiator, dude. Okay, maybe I need to side with Edgar on this one now. I'm flip flopping. I'm just kidding.
Face Off. Nicolas Cage, John Travolta.
Yes, that is pretty good. I have seen that one.
Con Air.
Oh, hold on. Con Air, is that who's in that movie?
Nicolas Cage.
No, I have not. I get that mixed up with some other Nicolas Cage movie. I forget.
The Replacement Killers.
The Replacement Killers. Are these like underrated action movies you're bringing up, Josh? I can't.
Chow Yun Fat. You guys know who Chow Yun Fat is, right?
Yeah, I do know. Yeah, he's
Hard
hard
Boiled.
boiled. Yes.
Killers.
We might have to walk away with watching some of these movies. I think.
I think so too. You guys are really missing out. If you are a fan of action movies, you really have to dive into 90s action because you had the rivalry with the actors. You had an all-star cast of these action stars: Jean-Claude Van Damme, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Nicolas Cage, Wesley Snipes. I would put Harrison Ford on there as well. I have not seen. I don't think there has ever been a list of an all-star cast for action movies this big in a decade since the end of the 90s. And it was so great that they put him in a movie called The Expendables.
Oh yeah, that is true. It is all just nostalgia bait. Also, you may have a good point there. Let me ask you a question now. Josh, if the '90s are the best era of action, what one movie would you pluck from that era as the defining action movie, the action movie of the '90s?
It's tough.
It's not.
Why? What are you gonna say?
What are you gonna say, Edgar?
Yeah, you've been on a.
It's T2. Come on, guys.
And I wasn't gonna say T2.
Yeah, T2 is pretty good.
It is good,
That
but
is
I
pretty
wouldn't.
good.
I'd put it number 2. I'd put
What's-
The Matrix as number 1.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, Matrix. I can definitely see. But I don't know. T2 is just. I don't know. Matrix actually did do a lot for video games as well. If it weren't for Matrix, we wouldn't have Max Payne.
It also
That was
did a lot for action movies today.
Still does.
You know,
I'm back with Josh on this one. I'm sorry.
You know, you love and you respect John Wick. The director of and creator of John Wick was actually he was the action coordinator for The Matrix.
I believe he was. Yeah. Edgar shaking his head. Who was he then?
He was in The Crow.
Didn't he work on the Matrix?
Yes, he did.
I think he did also, yeah.
Okay, so why the fuck? All right, Edgar, well, go ahead.
What?
All you've said is that the 2000s are great, and then you left it there.
Yeah.
What else you got?
That's all I have to say.
Because when Josh was going down through the list of '90s action movies, 2 out of like the 7 I haven't seen, and I'm still on his side about the '90s, and you haven't given me anything for the 2000s.
What do you mean? I give you a list?
Have you
I
seen
give
the
you the
Italian
actors?
Job? Huh?
Hop on your phone real quick, Edgar. Bring up the list. Have you guys seen Independence Day, by the way?
Will Smith. I seen the sequel.
1996. Bad Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Bad Boys. I have seen Bad Boys.
Bad Boys.
Yep. You know, Josh, you went through that whole list without mentioning one movie.
What?
Didn't Rush Hour come out in the '90s? Like
Yeah.
late '90s? Why didn't you
Yeah.
put Rush Hour on there?
Is it on there?
It should be. I think the first one came out like in '99.
Or 98.
I believe so.
98. It is on here.
Come on, Chris Tucker,
Ooh.
Jackie Chan.
It also was the decade that put buddy cops on the map as well.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon, which I have not seen.
Came out in the 80s, but I will say that it didn't blow up and get bigger until the 90s. So yeah, I would say Lethal Weapon, Bad Boys, Tango and Cash
I've heard
as
of
well.
that.
Rush Hour, to you guys' point. Yeah, it is just on a different level, and I don't think any decade can ever touch it, unfortunately.
All right,
It just brings a lot to the table.
Josh has a pretty good argument here. I mean, look, what is the defining movie of the 2000s? And don't say fucking Underworld, because I don't know why that had to be the first movie. Which one defined the 2000s? It probably, honestly, was the sequel to The Matrix, I think. What do you got?
I'm thinking there was a whole
I
bunch
got-
of them.
I got one for you, Edgar,
What?
for Underworld. Blade.
Blade 2.
Blade came out in 98.
Oh, come on. There you go. You got Blade in there as well.
But the second one's considered the best one, so there you go.
Look, Edgar would have more to say if we were talking about Korean foreign like action movies, or just foreign movies in general, because Edgar has been on what seems like a 2-year binge of foreign films. So if we were talking about that, I think Edgar would have a lot to say. But unfortunately, I don't think.
To be fair, Korean action movies they weren't even like relevant until 2000s.
With Old
You know,
Boy,
it was all-
would you consider Old Boy Korean action? Old Boy
I would
is
say so.
Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Korean cinema was all about like innocence and love and love stories. And then I forget which movie came out before Old Boy, but it was a hard R. They had sex scenes and stuff, and they were just getting out of their comfort zone. They didn't do that until the 2000s, I would say. But if it wasn't for these movies, Korean cinema wouldn't have transitioned to the action side of things.
So you bring up the '90s as like the best era in action for its action stars. That's partially the reason why. But why not the '80s, right? Because we did have Arnold Schwarzenegger was also working in the '80s. Why not the '80s as the defining era?
I feel like it's a stepping stone, and that's a great question because I was going back and forth as well. With the '80s, I feel like they hadn't really figured it out as much when it came to the action movies. And this is just my opinion, right? There were like little movies here and there, like for example, Rambo came out in the '80s, Terminator came out in the '80s. But I think things started to get heated, and it reached its peak in the '90s. Because in the '80s, who really was your action stars?
Yeah, that is true. I mean,
It
other than
Arnold
Arnold,
Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone,
right?
I would say. And then after that, more actors branched into the action world, and they were just pumping these action movies out one after another. And if you say Maurice is an expert, ask him. I wonder what his thoughts are. I'm kind of curious as well.
Yeah,
What
man.
is his favorite decade? Because that's when it was at its all time peak. They weren't just the one liners were coming out.
So, what's missing from this new era then? If it isn't, I mean, obviously the biggest one that's missing is the star of these action movies. You don't have too many action stars. What's missing in this
I say a
modern
lot.
era?
I feel like what's really missing in a lot of these modern action movies is they don't have any soul behind it anymore. I don't think there's any care in these action movies.
Do you agree, Edgar?
Mm-hmm. I agree with what he says.
So
No, it's
you-
true. There's no like. Some of them are just like copy and paste, sort of. You know.
John, yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mean, that doesn't look. Let's not completely dismiss this new era of action films. I think there's still a lot that are pretty strong. If not, they're not. It's very rare when an action movie comes out that's like, oh yeah, this shit's new, it has a new concept. It may not land as well. For example, like Hardcore Henry had a really original concept,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but it actually, I think it did pretty well. It was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But they're too few, far in between. You don't get a lot of those Hardcore Henrys anymore, the Elysiums anymore, or Live, Die, Repeat.
Like okay, like it's Josh has said, like the '80s was a stepping stone. The '90s was the defining era. And to me, I feel like the 2000s is like they're trying to reboot into the action because yeah, we don't have a lot of action stars like the ones that I just saw. That like I said, okay, Mark Wahlberg is one, right? We got Jet Li, we got Jason Statham, we got Denzel was in a couple of them too. So it's like I think that's what the 2000s were. They were trying to figure like it's a reboots.
They're trying to find an identity.
Yeah.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of agree. I agree, especially just because
That's why we see a whole bunch of. If you look it up, fucking half of those movies is fucking Jet Li's in
in the 2000s.
the 2000s.
So I would argue that
Uh-huh.
I would actually he's in the 90s.
Jet Li.
Jet Li. So he didn't blow up in the U.S. until the 2000s.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, but if you watch his previous movies, and maybe I'm wrong. Let me fact check myself. Because I was a big Jackie Chan fan. I was a huge fan of also of Jet Li. But if I were to tell you, you know, his original movies, let's see here. They all branch from, you know, the 90s. So Once Upon a Time in China, Once Upon a Time in China 2, Once Upon a Time in China 3. These movies were from 91, 92, and 92, actually, came out in the same year. The Legend
Oh, the
came out in
Chinatown.
93. Tai Chi Master came out in 93. Um,
You know,
Fist of Legend, 94.
I gotta say something, and normally we don't talk about wrestling here on this podcast, but one of the most beloved eras in the WWE is the Attitude Era, which is in the 90s. But I feel like what came after, which is the Ruthless Aggression Era, wasn't that bad. I feel like it solidified what the Attitude Era did. I think that's what the 2000s did for 90s movies. They solidified the action movies that came before. Like, yeah, these movies are great. Now we're really cementing these movies as like all-time franchises. You know, Mission Impossible, The Matrix. Like they went on to continue on. Now nothing's ever gonna beat the originals, according to Josh. Same thing with like the first Matrix, first Mission Impossible, first Die Hard. We had all these sequels that were like, yeah, these are fucking franchises now. These are like money makers. That I feel like is what the 2000s were.
Not only that, I feel like,
For better or worse, I think.
can I say it was kind of like, not bad shit crazy, but there were some fucking ridiculous ones out there, you know? Like Crank was
Crank
one.
was pretty crazy.
But
Crank was pretty
Crank was
crazy.
fun.
But it's
Yeah.
fun though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's trying to they were trying to figure out what sticks in action. You know?
But going back to what Josh was saying, I think they were finding what sticks because they already did all that shit. In
Yeah.
the 90s. You got a
That's
fucking
what I'm saying.
Robo.
That's why I said it was like a
You know
soft
what I mean? Like
reboot in the 2000s. You know?
that is true.
Because my question to you guys, you know, when I look at this list of like 90s action movies, you know, a lot of them personally to me, they and maybe I'm being biased because, you know, I was a kid in the 90s and I appreciate it. Maybe it has that nostalgia to me, right? But when I think of movies like, let's say, The Replacement Killers, you guys have never seen this movie
No.
before? It's like Chow Yun-Fat's first American movie. That movie hits hard.
Mm.
You know, it brings something to the table where you feel for it, right? Con Air, for as cheesy as that movie was, you know, and as terrible as Nicolas Cage's like set was, you felt for the character, right? If I were to talk about one more, Face Off, as well. You kind of hits home too. It hits you in a way, right?
Yeah.
What action movies now do that?
So I'm actually glad you brought this up because I was thinking about it as you were talking about it. I feel like action movies in the 90s and a little bit of the 2000s, like Edgar was saying, like it went batshit crazy. What makes a good action movie, to be honest, it needs the cheese. You need some fucking cheesiness to it. The Expendables, all fucking cheesiness. And they lean into it. Nowadays, the closest thing you'll get to that is John Wick. It knows how to balance
So
seriousness with the cheesiness, I think.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
here's the thing, and maybe I'm not explaining myself well enough. I agree with the cheesiness. They embraced the cheesiness in the 90s and they
Yeah.
executed it really well. But there was so much depth in these action movies where let me talk about John Wick 1. Okay. When you kind of learn, and John Wick is introduced in the first 15, 20 minutes of the movie, you find out he's like this loner. Um, you know, his house gets broken into. They kill his dog, and then you find out that he was this like killer. You know, he was the guy that he was the go-to guy. You know, and that hits you hard. Like you felt like, okay, this movie has motivation behind it.
Yeah.
You know, that you can stand behind, I guess is what I'm kind of trying to say. After that, after John Wick 2, 3, and 4, to me, is missing that. I don't feel like there's anything you can stand behind. And I feel like that is a problem with 2000 action movies and present. You don't feel like you can stand behind these people, is what I'm getting at. And the only movie I can genuinely like think of, and the pool is very small, but The Man from Nowhere with the little girl situation, Born Identity, the first one, when you know you're trying to figure out who this guy is, you know. Other than that, I can't really think of much.
Yeah.
It's just go in with a gun and that's it. You know,
I think
Terminator
that's
2, you can stand behind it because shit, trying to save the world, trying to change time.
the thing is that I feel like these movies, these new action movies, are very synthesized. They have the elements of an action movie down to the beat, you know, with what people want to see. But as you said, it doesn't have, I guess, a bite to it. But I don't think that doesn't mean that these action movies nowadays are not great. I still think that there's some good movies out there that are like, they have that motivation behind it.
But that's the thing. Some, not all of them.
Go
And
ahead.
there's more action movies than there are not. So
You were gonna say something. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You kind of like took a crack at me because I've been watching a lot of foreign and Korean films. That's why Josh just nailed it. There's no like meaning. There's no soul behind it. So I went to and I dug myself into those like 2000s and 2010s, like The Man from Nowhere, I Saw the Devil. All those gave me like, oh my god, this is so fucking cool. Like you're not gonna see this here in America.
But is at that point, is it action movies anymore?
It is.
Because I feel like when I think of action movies, I do think of the cheese. I do think of how cheesy and silly it is. Those make good action movies. Now you guys are talking about like action thrillers. That's probably what you're gravitating more towards.
no way. There was like, okay, let's talk about a cheesy movie in the 90s.
RoboCop.
Con Air is a perfect
Okay.
Con Air is the perfect example of it.
All right.
Okay? The guy is in prison for a decade or so, or maybe 5 years, let's say, because he was defending his lady. Okay, kills a man, and he's sentenced for 5 years while she's pregnant. Hasn't met his daughter, and then the day that he is released, the plane that he's on gets hijacked by the criminals on the airplane. And he's in a situation where he has to stop it.
Okay.
And I appreciate that. It's an extremely cheesy movie. It's high octane, you know, and I can actually stand behind this guy and root for Nicolas Cage because I want him to go home to his daughter that he's never met before. That's what a lot of action movies today are missing, because they show you this little element. They don't emphasize it as much, and then they just bulldoze through the entire movie.
Damn, you might have a good point. You know what?
Like, tell me something. So you guys use Crank as an example. Okay, you know, besides
Oh,
him,
that's a bad example. I mean, that movie's
hey,
very
hey,
cheesy.
it's an action movie, right?
Yeah.
So besides being fun and him cranking himself up and boning his lady on the streets,
Uh,
what was the motivation? What could you stand behind him?
he doesn't want to die, and how many of us don't want to die? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a
No,
real
you
life
watch it
experiment.
because it's just an action movie and it's fun. It's what you say about Zack Snyder. All action movies nowadays are style over substance.
And you're saying
Say,
that's missing in the 2000s. It's like a motivation.
absolutely.
Motivation. What about Man on Fire?
I think that was a great movie.
That
I
was a
think
good
that's one of
motivation.
I think that's one of the few.
Okay.
But it's
Equalizer.
also no.
Do you not like Equalizer at all?
I think they're great movies. I enjoy them.
Oh,
I think
okay.
they're fun,
Oh,
but they're
Good.
style over substance. It's a
Jeez.
popcorn film. I'm having fun while I watch it. It's Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
You know, I would say that
Ooh, what about? Sorry, go ahead. No.
the, the cowboy movie, The Magnificent Seven, has more meat behind it than that movie.
what
I was gonna
about
say- I
a
was gonna say-
Snowpiercer?
What about Django? Well, yeah,
That has a
Snowpiercer.
meaning behind it.
That's great,
That's
but it's
great.
also a Korean director.
Ooh, he got you there.
Action white people.
Did you say action white people?
Yeah.
The fuck is what is
Korean
that?
director, bro.
That's how he pitched the movie.
That's how he pitched the movie.
Yeah, action white people.
Okay, you lost me there for a little bit. Yeah, I mean, look, I have to agree with Josh. I think the '90s is the defining era of.
Even though I only seen 1 out of 7 that he mentioned.
You didn't like persuade me otherwise. Okay.
As you seen all these 2000 movies that I mentioned.
You read these off of fucking IMDb.
No, I didn't.
Would you write these fucking lists, the action movies, or
My head. Okay.
you have the Italian job stored in your fucking brain? All right, that's something's wrong. Something's wrong.
All right, all right. Let me put up 2000s action movies, and you tell me ones that actually hit hard.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
and there are going to be some on this list. Okay,
All right.
so Gone in 60 Seconds.
Awesome. Go.
Okay, that's a given. X-Men. That's a given. Keep in mind, these movies are also at the peak of the 90s, 2000s is when they came out. Here's where it gets a little interesting. Charlie's Angels,
Miss.
Mission Impossible 2,
Miss.
Battlefield Earth,
Miss.
Sixth Day, Vertical Limit, Get
Miss.
Carter, Shaft, ugh, Romeo Must Die,
Miss.
Gently.
Director 2000, Shanghai Noon,
Miss.
uh,
Do you have a list of the bad action movies, or just,
Right? You probably put.
or just action movies of 2000s?
these are all the 2000 movies. So
Oh,
you
okay.
tell me one that hits hard besides the first two. Mummy Returns,
Miss.
That was good. What the fuck you mean, miss?
The Mummy Returns is a good movie.
Yeah.
Is that the one with The Rock?
that's a
He only
terrible.
shows up. Like, he shows up like 10 seconds at the end.
Edgar, don't be stupid. Are you saying?
Here we go. Rush Hour 2.
Beautiful.
There we go. Great sequel.
All right.
But then here we go again. Planet of the Apes.
Mark Wahlberg.
Miss.
Laura Croft, Tomb Raider.
Okay, miss.
Miss.
Swordfish.
Miss.
I can go both ways.
We didn't know we didn't need to tell your sexual orientation, Josh. Keep going.
Go both, baby. Kiss of the Dragon, Jet Li.
See?
Oh, I haven't seen that one, so I can't speak.
Yeah,
on it.
but that was an okay movie. Wasn't mind blowing.
Oh man, are we still just 2000, or have we gone 10,000?
Born Identity, 2002.
That's a hit.
Yeah. Reign of Fire. Miss.
No.
Miss.
Resident Evil.
I can go
Miss.
both ways.
Okay. Miss for sure. Miss me with that for sure.
Die Another Day.
007.
Pierce Bronson.
Yep.
Miss.
Scorpion Thunder. Garbage. Transporter was good.
Mm-hmm.
Had no soul behind it, in my opinion. Queen of the Dam.
Edgar fucking loved the soundtrack of that movie.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is the greatest 2000s action movie, in my opinion.
Go ahead.
Kung Pao, Enter the Fist. All
Alright. You're about to get us. Are you okay? What else?
You want me to keep going?
Making
go.
that noise or no? We don't want you making that noise, Josh. That's enough. That's enough of that. All right, you made
You
your
go
point.
this way, I'll go home.
You made your point, Josh. The '90s is the best era of action movies, and therefore, we are declaring here on the podcast anything besides beyond that is basement. Which is sad because I was really rooting for Edgar here to convince me otherwise, but I think Josh has this one. Do you also have a list?
No.
What do you got?
No, I'm just like, again, you only seen 2 out of the 10 he just mentioned, or
Well, the '90s.
yeah.
I've seen T2. I've seen Die Hard.
See, that's 2 out of the 10.
Shut up! I've seen Rush
That's
Hour.
not me, by the way.
Edgar, you disagree, but the movie that you're begging to fucking defend is on there.
Which one?
The Crow.
Oh. Yeah.
Come on. The fuck.
I'm giving you some respect for The Crow.
Yeah.
And in
Much as I
this
dislike-
case, you don't have no respect for the Crow. Yeah, you're quiet now, but it's the truth. Unless you want to say The Crow City of Angels is your favorite one. Did that come out in the 2000s?
No. 98, I think.
The fact that you know that says a lot. It says a lot. Yeah, this was a pretty fun one. I enjoyed this one.
Even though I just watched one.
Any closing thoughts, Josh, about this topic?
I highly recommend you two brothers to dive into 90s action, and I think we need to do a follow-up episode with this.
We might have to, and we might. Oh man, I don't know. Should we bring Eric back on? Should we reinstate him for the podcast for this
I think
one?
we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to.
You have to.
I okay. Yeah, it's funny because I think Josh is recommending I dive deep into the 90s action movies. The one person who has been like yelling from the fucking rooftops to do this, like to have me do this, is Maurice. So I know he's gonna listen to this and he's gonna be like, he agrees. So we will have to do a follow up. I will watch these action movies at some point.
So I'm gonna give you guys some recommendations. We've done recommendations in the past.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you guys 3 movies. Just 3 movies.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
So you both have to watch them.
Okay.
The Rookie, Clint
Okay.
Eastwood, and Charlie Sheen.
The Rookie.
Okay.
All right.
Face Off. Wait, you've already seen.
I've seen Face Off.
Okay. Days of Thunder.
Okay, I'm trying to see if these are readily available movies.
And actually, you know what? Take Days of Thunder's off. Let's do The Replacement Killers.
The Replacement Killers. Got it.
So The Rookie, The Replacement Killers, and I'm gonna throw in Con Air.
and Con Air.
for some. Yeah.
So far, you've recommended movies I cannot watch on any streaming service. So this is gonna be enjoyable. Now I have to go out my way to find these because Con Air is not anywhere. Also, this is fine. I do have an assignment for you, Josh, because these action movies, they total up about maybe, I want to say like 4.5 hours of my time, perhaps maybe a little more. You know what movie drags and is like also has a pretty long length time? It's Beau's Afraid. So that's gonna be your assignment, Josh. We're doing it now.
I will watch it.
Rent it, find it wherever you can, watch it. And this is Eric's entryway back into Show Us Your Basement. Eric has to watch Beau's Afraid if he wants to return to Show Us Your Basement.
Oh.
So that is I'm throwing down the gauntlet. You guys have to watch it, and we will watch these 3 movies that we can't find anywhere on any streaming service. So that's gonna be fun. So that'll do it for Show Us Your Basement. Thank you guys for listening. Tell us what your favorite action era is. Is it the 2000s? Is Underworld your favorite movie? Is Con Air your favorite movie? Have you even seen Kung Pao? Whatever the move that movie is. And that's gonna be how we're gonna end every episode that Eric isn't on.
What's
So
that?
instead of saying "Go Birds," we're gonna have Josh just say that. Yeah, so that's gonna do it for us here on Show Us Your Basement. Broncos country, let's ride.
Oh my god.